myself out there, and I'm like, everybody else does the same thing. Ujima, we just mentioned. Some people came a little later because they had work and whatnot. Want to make sure you guys come to that. We talked about it a little bit. Cooperative economics. Where is that going to be at?
Jacksonville.
What time?
6 o'clock.
6:30 to 9.
It starts at 6:30 as we put on here, but you can be there at 6 o'clock. You know why? Because that's a black business. Go there and buy some chicken or whatever you want to buy. Hang out. Get to meet the young man. He's a cool young man.
Right? Right? Look at it. Look at where we got to purchase our culture from. Our culture. And all the young folk expect you to get it from an antique shop, our ancestors, off the internet, and things like that. Well, I got it from an Arabic furniture store.
Furniture store.
An Arabic furniture store is where we get this from. That's where I got this from. Right? We are in serious trouble. And I'm not taking away from the values and principles and the beauty of Kwanzaa. We're speaking real right now. Real talk, real discussion. Right? That our young folk, we need to invest more education, more culture, more, influence them more to become owners, producers, manufacturers, designers, engineers. We need more of that. You know why? Because our culture is being sold to us right in front of us. Our connection, our identity it's been taken away from us, but now it's being kept away from us. And we're not encouraging our young folk to get involved, to invest in it. That's very, very important when we talk about collective work and responsibility. Whose responsibility is it for them to pick up the culture and move it forward? To be, it's ours, right? To be economically stable and sufficient. 8,944 stores in the city of Patterson, and less than 20 of them are black owned. We need to invest in our people, in our young ones. As Mr. Moody and Mrs. Moody talked about the values in the home structure, we need to get more into that. We need to get more heavily into that because it's sad, right? It's sad that if I wanted to buy a dashiki that KK has out, KK, where did you get that from?
African store.
An African store?
Teaneck.
In Teaneck, okay. African owned?
Yes.
Good. We need that in Patterson, right here where we live. There's no reason why we leave from this place and then go somewhere else to purchase our culture. It's sad. So we got to work on that, and it starts from here forward because as Brother Smallwood said, every day is Kwanzaa. Every day we have to exercise those principles. Collective work and responsibility. It's a shame. When I picked this up today, that I had the money never even went into our communities.
Right.
It went straight out. And this is our culture that other people are selling to us. It's sad. We need to be mindful of that. We need to change that. If you haven't been working on it already, we need to work on it right now moving forward. And that's all I want to say.
We need to be mindful that we had these shops here.
Yes.
The more educated we become around our culture and our history, the more we understand the importance of supporting our businesses, especially businesses like you said, that sell books and artifacts and information about our culture and our history. If we don't know who we are, then what reason would we have for supporting them? We also need to understand that in 2002, the Amistad Act came out in New Jersey as a law that every school in New Jersey had to do what? Teach African American history and culture. That has not happened, so once again, Jumpstart, Buds, all the other programs have a responsibility and a duty to not wait for a law to go into effect, but to do it ourselves. So a lot of us have no problem going other places to get what we need, to educate us about us, and it's important, like Jamie said, to make sure that we do that with the young men and women we work with, that we take them wherever we need to take them to expose them to whatever's out there. But I agree with everybody in this room that we have a collective responsibility to bring back stores and businesses that look like us, because remember, for all the businesses that are here that don't, that's when our tax dollars leave. And we never see that money again, and we can't put it where it needs to be, which is to open up doors for the types of programs and businesses that we have. Then we don't have to worry about why we have maybe 6 or 12 evening center sites that have to close 4 days a week, when we used to have, what, Mr. Moody, 22? you know, Nancy, we're 22, and then we're down to 6, and we got to hope the state gives us money to open these doors back up. Suppose we did have our own stores and businesses, where we could leave it to our young people and let them continuously run it and put our culture in there and put our culture back into our community. That's on us. We have trillions of dollars of spending money for black folk that we don't talk about. Trillions, more than some countries. So we got to be extremely careful about where we spend our dollars and where we're not, and what we're putting in our community and what's not there. That's our job to put those things there.
That's true. KC, if I just may mention this here, one of the brothers actually putting it together, we're going to take it.
And Paper Towels, it's a black-owned company. And they have investment in manufacturing.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
First, I would just like to commend the committee on an outstanding program. I was very inspired. It was a spirit-filled program. This is the culture of consistency that we actually need within our respective communities. When we talk about collective work and responsibility, there's just two components that I want to mention, and I'm going to take my seat. The number one thing is communication. We have to learn how to communicate with each other, even starting within our households. I know we've talked about discipline a little bit. My parents didn't have no problem using the rod, let alone sparing the rod. However, that wasn't the only strategy that they used, because in order to correct, you must connect. And they had to build that relationship with me and the respect and honor that I have for a mother and a father. It also had to carry out within our respective communities. The last thing I want to talk about is education. A lot of times we lose sight of teachable moments. I have been in the field of education at John F. Kennedy High School for 18 years. 40 minutes in the classroom is not enough for educational purposes. Education is a lifestyle. It is a way of life. We have to educate our people and cash in on the teachable moments that we have with our young people, because we know education is power. That is true power. Dr. John Henry Clark so eloquently said, and I heard him say this on Like It Is, because as growing up as a kid, my father used to make us watch Like It Is after we came home from church. Dr. John Henry Clark said, powerful people cannot afford to educate the people that they oppress, because once you are truly educated, you will not ask for power, you will take it. Thank you.
My name is Amy Allen, and I'm here tonight with my family, but I feel like I have a new family now, and I appreciate it, and I thank you. I'm also a representative of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority. I'm the new president, so I take office January 1st in State County. And wherever and whenever you see that we can help, just reach out, and I'll see what we can do. I can't make any promises because we have a delegation and a voting process, but I would love to see us partner collective work.
We are going to partner.
We will partner and do
That's the promise. That's the promise. Because even if you're not with if they didn't vote on it, you and
I'm
I,
here because
brothers
this
and
is my
sisters,
community.
we're going to do it.
I'm here and
All
I'm
right.
hands-on, and
All right.
this is my community. This is my home. A lot of my members are not from Patterson, unfortunately, but this is my home, and I'm gonna do what I need to do in my
Now
home.
I see that one of our responsibilities now is that we have to learn our laws, because a lot of black men and black women don't know our laws. And especially being at it seems like a predominantly white school, the black community is really small. It seems like most of the students are afraid and don't have the courage to do what our founding fathers did and fought for what they really want, like becoming activists. Many of them are social media activists but never do anything about it.
They post stuff on Facebook.
So,
That's about it.
That's our responsibility to go out and have courage and be willing to get locked up, because most of the time college students, we have a privilege, because we had many a protests and the police just look at us because they can't do but so much because we are college students. So since we have that privilege to be able to do stuff like that, why not bring a bigger crowd and not be afraid to go against the grain and fight for what we want? So our responsibility is to learn the laws and to fight for what we want.
Learn the laws. Fight for what you want. Absolutely right.
Do it, and nothing never happened, and then the year later we complain about it again, and we just keep complaining, and we just need to take action and actually really do something.
Give this brother a hand.